Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to give away your most prized possession, something you've cherished for years, something that holds deep meaning in your heart, just to show someone how much you care about them. It's not just about the object itself, but about the love and sacrifice behind the gift. That's exactly what one remarkable woman did for Jesus. There's this powerful story in Mark 14, where a woman comes forward, carrying a beautiful alabaster jar filled with incredibly expensive perfume. This wasn't just any perfume, it was likely worth a year's wages, a treasure she had probably saved for a long time. She could have chosen to keep it for herself, or maybe use just a little and save the rest for later. But instead, she did something extraordinary. She broke the entire jar open and poured every last drop out for Jesus. She didn't hold back. She didn't measure or ration. She gave it all. Why? Because she understood that Jesus deserved her very best. Not her leftovers, not what was convenient, but what was truly precious to her. But not everyone saw it that way. The people around her started whispering and criticizing. "What a waste," they said. "That perfume could have been sold and the money given to the poor." They didn't understand her heart, and they judged her harshly for what she did. But here's the thing. She didn't let their words or their judgment stop her. She wasn't afraid to show her love for Jesus, even when others didn't get it. She stood firm, confident in her decision, knowing that her act of love and worship was between her and Jesus. Real worship sometimes means facing the critics, standing up to misunderstanding, and still choosing to give your all. It's about being willing to look foolish in the eyes of others if it means honoring God with your whole heart. Sacrifice isn't always easy. Sometimes it costs you time. Maybe you stay up late to help a friend, or you give up your weekend to serve others. Sometimes it costs you popularity. Maybe people don't understand your choices, or you lose friends, because you stand up for what you believe in. And sometimes it costs you comfort, stepping out of your comfort zone to do what's right, even when it's hard. But here's the beautiful truth. Jesus sees your heart, even when others don't understand. Even when your sacrifice goes unnoticed by the world, Jesus knows when you give out of love. He sees every quiet act of devotion, every moment you choose Him over convenience, every time you pour out your best for Him. And here's the most amazing part. Her act of devotion didn't just end in that moment. It left a legacy. Her story has been told and retold for generations, inspiring countless people to give their best to Jesus, no matter the cost. 2,000 years later, we're still talking about her. Her courage, her love, and her willingness to give everything for Jesus have become a powerful example for all of us. Her story reminds us that what we do for Jesus matters, and that our acts of love can echo far beyond our own lives. So let me ask you, what's your alabaster jar? What is that thing in your life that's most precious to you? Maybe it's your time, your talents, your resources, or even your dreams. What would it look like to offer that to Jesus, to pour it out for Him, trusting that He is worthy of your very best? What can you give Jesus today? Maybe it's a simple act of kindness, a moment of prayer, or a step of faith you've been afraid to take. Whatever it is, know that when you give it out of love, it matters to Him. Let's be people who give Jesus our best, our time, our love, our devotion, just like she did. Because when we pour out our hearts for Him, we become part of a legacy that lasts forever. Amen.